Hello, everyone. 2023 DLFF Film Festival. We are so happy to have these opportunities to interview our talented filmmakers from literally around the world. And today, speaking of world, we have David Moncada, the director of End of the World. So hold on. He's predicting the end of the world, and it's not going to be how you expect it. Hi, David. How are you? Can you introduce yourself and your film?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for having me here, Ray. I'm very happy to be a part of the festival. End of the World is a short film that we made here in Bogota, Colombia, and it's kind of about the end of the world, but actually it's about the end of the world as the characters know it, because it's the story of two brothers with a very different set of beliefs in their minds and how the supposed arrivals of the Anunnaki aliens and the sudden end of the world is going to make them confront the the grief that they have of their passing of their mother.
Yeah, there were so many layers to your film. It was really, really wonderful. I think because I didn't expect all the different emotional layers, just not only the relationship of the brothers, but like you said, they have two very different perspectives. They obviously care for each other, but they're in conflict, right? So
Yes.
I know the writer is Victor. He's not with us, but how did you come across the project?
We with Victor and with Maria Paula, that is the producer, we have been working together for the last 12 years. Uh, we work a lot. He's an actor as well. Victor is actually the
Wait,
main
he's in.
actor
Yeah, yeah, right,
of.
right.
Yeah,
Wait, which brother is he?
he's the one that arrives. No,
Okay,
sorry, the one that is in the house
oh,
before.
he's the one's in the house. So
Yeah,
he's the rational one.
exactly, the rational
Yes.
one. Uh, so he was the screenwriter, but actually the story was something that the three of us discussed before, and it's very um, like uh, it has a lot of us, of the three of us, of how
Oh,
we see the world, of how him actually in real life, Victor is sort of the other character, is more the emotional one, is the one with
oh,
uh, a lot of beliefs around that kind of stuff of the end of the
yeah,
world, of the
yeah.
worlds around us, and me that we are very good friends. I'm more rational and I'm more grounded to earth, I
Uh-huh.
think. So we spoke about the story. We spoke about like the premise of what might happen if this was real, if the end of the world is real, and then you encounter two set of beliefs that care about each other, that love each other, but are so dissimilar. What would happen, right? So we talked the story before, and we were fortunate that to be able to make.
Yeah, because on some level, obviously, who hasn't thought of like, oh, what would I do at the end of the world? But it doesn't even have to be the end of the world. What would I do in a fire or in some sort of disaster, right?
Right.
You know, what do you grab? What do you need and things like that. But you know what? I'm just gonna pivot a little bit. Could you tell our viewers a little bit about the film industry in Colombia? Because we would like to know, I would like to
Of
know,
course.
what's it like to be a filmmaker in Colombia?
I think it's a very good moment for filmmaking in Colombia because there are a lot of opportunities happening. I believe a lot of opportunities happening here. A lot of big budgets entering the country because it's a country where it's not that expensive to shoot because there are a lot of laws and things that like that help filmmaking happening, and also like big companies producing and big streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of them are actually producing here right now.
That's
So
great.
industry is getting bigger, and there's a lot of field for independent filmmakers such as us, like to jump on that bus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, especially like speaking for all of America, like we have such limited like understanding of the rest of the world. And so obviously every country has their stereotypes, you know. And so like
Yeah.
I wouldn't think of like Colombia as like a robust film industry. So it's great to hear that. Hi,
Yes.
welcome. Of course,
Hi.
the star of the film just saunters
Ah,
in anytime he wants, very, very late. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
Hello,
How
Eh,
hello.
how are
Good
you? I'm
afternoon.
Ray with the festival. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm going to excuse because I'm late. And
No
first for
worries.
that, and second, I understand English more than I speak it. So
You're doing fine. You're doing
okay,
fine.
so David is gonna
I
be my translator,
Okay,
my
yeah,
yes, I
translator.
can.
you could use David, or you can just do your best. Because I have a specific question for you. Um, do you feel like you're like your character,
Eh,
personality wise?
sí.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. See, yo, I think that I'm a little bit how do you say like
Emotional?
dreamer.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Okay, I'm not a person who had that special connection with UFOs and something like that, but I believe in Anunnakis.
Oh, great. And is that a Colombian folklore? Like I didn't know the story. Is that true? Like a story out there for the end of the world? Or did you make
Eh,
it up?
No, I don't know. David.
It exists?
no, we didn't make it up. It
Okay.
exists. Like Anunnakis are supposed to be this alien race that exists and that it's supposed to have been around Earth a lot of centuries ago and help and be like near humans a lot of
Is
centuries
that
ago.
your is that from your culture or is it broader? Like
It's
where's
a
it from?
universal thing. I think that
Oh,
is
it's
Anunnaki.
universal. Okay.
Like Anunnakis is like that I heard is like persons who live in a star and I don't know like another galaxies
Yeah. So it's
living
something that a
another.
lot of people believe in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you first of all, your film is beautiful. It looks amazing. Could you tell us a little bit about like, you know, how many days you shot? And obviously it was one set, so that was good. And that was actually someone's house or apartment, probably. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about the shooting.
Yes, of course. Well, the shooting actually was in only one day. We shot the whole short film. We worked like for I don't know how much, yeah, so like 2 weeks or something like that, 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the
Yes.
preparation and rehearsals and stuff. And then we got that location. It's not any of us on any of our houses, but it's a location that we found here that is like a typical house from Bogota,
Colombian
like
house. See.
Yeah.
yes, like
Bogota
from
house.
where big families grow up and develop. So we found that beautiful location, and we shoot in one day. Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to guess based on David's background and what you just said. I bet you kind of shot it almost like a play, like from beginning to end, right?
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
We made
And
it in chronological
yeah,
order. Yeah.
it makes sense because then we saw kind of the emotion and the tension and the, you know, the ups and downs. And that really comes through. Good choice. But I can't believe you shot that in one day. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's we work here. It's like how do you say economical.
Yeah.
Very economic.
Economical issues.
We have a term with that is guerrilla video, like
Yeah, right. I think that that's true around the world, and I think that that's what I really appreciate with independent filmmaking. You know, I'll give you a perfect example. Like you guys had a story and you shot it, but sometimes I'm sure you have friends, filmmakers, where it's like, oh, we have a location. Let's come up with a story. You know, like, oh, we have a hospital, or oh, we have an office, or we have a coffee shop. Because it's so hard, you know, when you write something, you know, how do you bring it to life? You know, you can't have too many
Yeah.
locations, it's too expensive. And But yeah, I would not have guessed you did that one day. It was really, really very polished, you know. And like I said, it looked
Thank you.
amazing. Looked amazing. And the acting was very strong. So are you part of kind of a group with Victor and David, and do you all know each other and work together?
Yeah, we knew time ago, tiempo atrás, o sea, bueno, David, me vas a traducir. Pues nos conocemos desde hace tiempo, desde el teatro, hemos trabajado juntos en theater.
So you were in theater together.
So yeah, so we have been working. We worked together before, and we know each other from time ago from working in theater. Yeah.
Yeah. And are
Ellos,
you, yeah.
excuse me, porque digamos que he tomado talleres con ellos de impro, ah, y que es como un universo nuevo que nos lleva a conectarnos y a buscar estas nuevas líneas de audiovisuales.
So me and Victor, we have worked a lot of years in improvisation.
Right.
And Biaso, it's an actor that has worked a lot of years in comedy, and the improvisation was the thing that like joined us
Yeah.
on theater, and that brought us together now to try to find ways of and methodologies of working that kind of technique, but in film.
Yeah, Biassini, you have a very good character comic look. Like you would be great in any, screwball comedy or, big
Okay.
comedy. You have the look for it.
Yeah, I love comedy. I love
Yeah.
comedy, and I do a lot of comedy here in
Great.
theater, in television, in movies. I love it. I love.
You're good at it.
You- you're,
But you also had to have some drama in this role. So you did a
yeah,
good job.
sí,
Yeah.
sí, I'm prepared for that too.
Yeah. Well, that's why that's why I created this festival, because it's horror and comedy. They're really very intertwined, they're very
Yeah.
close. It's just this much difference, you know?
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I think it's two genres that they are very like not like other genres. Horror and
Yeah,
comedy
right.
are genres that exist and happen because of the audience reaction, and you can measure it like that. You
Yeah.
know, if you can get scared or you can laugh, then you're making a comedy or a horror
Yeah.
film. If people are not scared or
Yeah.
don't laugh, then you are making something else.
I-
And so they're very similar in how can you treat it, I believe.
Because I think comedy is also about tension. And so horror is clearly about tension. But what people don't realize is comedy is tension too, because the tension gets, resolved when you laugh, when you get the laugh, but it
Yes.
builds up to it. So there's that tension. And so David, speaking of your improv, I know you do you all work a lot in improvisation. Um, how much improvisation was there on set, or was there not much improvisation?
I think when you work with people like Biassini and Victor, improvisation is always on the table, always on the table. We worked a lot, and we obviously had a script,
Yeah.
but I think the background of improvisation, what allows is to be open to let what happened there be the thing that we need.
Yeah.
Like what happened between them, what happened emotionally, what happened between the lines. So I believe there was a lot of not improvisation in the sense of we are making up the story because we knew the story,
Right.
but improvisations in the sense that I believe they both were living very honestly and very vulnerable and allowing themselves to let things happen between them on the scenes and not pre-thinking anything. I don't know if Biaso Biasini thinks the same.
Yeah, Biasami, what do you say?
Yo creo que está en la conexión que tenemos nosotros como artistas, y de alguna forma siempre yo creo que el ejercicio de la sorpresa está muy presente en la comedia.
He believes that improvisation is in the connection that we have as artists, and also the exercise of allowing yourself to be surprised it has to be very present when you make comedy.
Entonces, digamos que tuvimos un guión que fue muy preciso, pero digamos que sabíamos que los personajes iban a un lugar muy alto y empezaban muy arriba desde el principio. Y para llegar más arriba, pues teníamos que encontrar la manera más orgánica y pues se hizo desde el juego.
We have a very tight script, but we all knew that the characters started at a very high point of emotion and of tension and of crisis, and to allow the characters to go even higher that it was supposed to happen, then the only way to go in there is with surprise and with playfulness.
Yeah, keep heightening the stakes.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm gonna wrap up. Then please stay on, and we can just have a an appropriate farewell. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. Check out End of the World. It'll be available online. Link to this interview, but only during the festival, which is May 2nd through May 13th. And then it'll be the end of the movie, which is kind of like End of the World. So catch it when you can. Okay, thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you very much,
guys.
Fred.